Hello PokeTubers, I'm PokeTube and welcome to the PokeTube studio. And today is going to be a fun video because I'm going to show you some new things that are in the studio that maybe you haven't seen yet, or I haven't given you at least a close look up of, that are super cool, and I can't resist but to show you guys and give you guys that proper close look up of, because these are some really cool items in my collection now that I'm super proud of and super happy to have here. You might have actually seen some of it in the background in some previous videos, but you might not have noticed it, or you might not have just gotten at least a close-up of it. So it's some graded cards and some other stuff that's just like some really cool stuff, and you can help me decide if maybe we should open up one of these things. So anyways, let's get into this. I am just gonna make this kind of a quick video and show you guys all this cool stuff. So let's get into it right meow. I love saying that. I love saying right meow. If you don't know, it's from a movie called Super Troopers. If you haven't watched it and you're at least like 17 years old, great movie. Anyways, so I'm gonna start off with some graded cards I got here in my collection now that you guys have not seen before, and I'm just super excited about these. Yeah, so here's the first one. We got a vintage Lapras from the Fossil set, a PSA 7. Before I get into this too much with these graded cards, I should say I'm not one of those people that has to have a PSA 10 or just a graded 10 card. I can respectfully respect any graded vintage card anyways, especially if it's vintage, that is graded and in a slab. That's just like, in general, just a graded card in a slab is super cool. And the first one that we have here, oops, I actually forgot one of them, so there you go, you gotta see me reach for one. But anyways, the first one we have here is a Lapras PSA 7 near mint. Like a 7 is still near mint, and a lot of people when they see graded cards, you know, they hear a 7 like, oh, that's a 70% in school out of 10, you know. But like a 7 is still near mint. That's still a really good card. That means this card was absolutely like almost flawless. But, you know, it still had a teeny bit of flaws. Maybe like a couple scratches on the hollow, or maybe there was a couple of whiting marks on the corners or on the edges. But this card is still super good condition. And I actually had a PSA 8 of this Lapras, but I'm going to be honest with you, this 7 looks in so much better condition than the 8 did. Like, I'm almost tempted just to like pop this out and get it regraded. Some of these cards I got here, and these ones were specifically purchased because they were around this kind of grade, but they had so much potential for a better grade. But you know, that's a future video. That's something in the future that we decide if we do it. But a PSA 7 holographic fossil Lapras. Beautiful card, and a card that I'm really happy to have back in my collection. I actually used the PSA 8 in a giveaway a long time ago, and it was one of those cards that you really regret getting rid of. So I'm happy to have this back in my hands. And honestly, I know it's probably hard to tell on the video, but there's like absolutely like hardly any whitening on the back here. The only thing I can see is one little mark right there on the corner. So I have to assume that the 7 came from scratches on the hollow, and it's so hard to tell when it's already like slabbed and in the case to see it. But this is something I could easily see if I got regraded, at least get an 8 or maybe even a 9, just depending on how good the hollow is once I cracked it out of the case. But again, that's something for the future if we decide to do it. The next one here is so this is a card that I've always really wanted, and for some reason I never had it. Here is a holographic PSA 4 Pinsir. I didn't want the PSA 4, but Pinsir, when I was younger, was always one of my favorite Pokemon, and to get a jungle set holographic Pinsir was something I've always wanted to do. And I saw this one online. I'm constantly like going through eBay, going through Facebook, third-party sales pages and everything. I'm constantly searching the web for good deals, and this one just kind of fell in my lap. It's a PSA 4, but still, it's slabbed up, it's in a case, it's protected, and I don't care. There's absolutely like not a lot of whitening on the back. There's a little bit of whitening in all the corners here, but it's not horrible by any means. But the problem is it's got some like bends and some creases at the top here, and that's why I got a 4. If it didn't have these creases in the stuff at the top, I could literally see this getting at least a 7, at least, if not better. But it's a beautiful pincer. It's already slabbed up for me. I don't have to do anything with it now. I don't have to send it in to get graded, which sending that single card into PSA right now is like 150 or 200 bucks. That's something I don't have to do now. It's already slabbed up and ready for me. I got it for a margin of that price. And it's just one of those things I'm super happy just to have in my collection. Like I said, I don't really worry too much about the actual grade. The fact that it's in a slab, it's professionally graded, and then I get to have it on display is what's really, really cool to me. So PSA 4 holographic pincer. I don't chase 10s like some people do. Some people like refuse to have any kind of graded cards as a 10. I'm like, that's silly. That's like, Pokemon's supposed to be fun. When you're only chasing 10s or you refuse to have anything that's not a 10, that's, in my opinion, kind of ridiculous. Let's have fun. Let's collect cards that we really want, cards that came out when we were kids. Like, I was 10 years old when these cards came out, so I was super stoked. So to me, it doesn't matter about the grade as much, mostly just that someone took the time to get it graded. They thought the card was special enough to get it graded, and now it's in my possession. That's what's cool to me. Next card here is a PSA 7 near mint, again, Steelix from the Neo Genesis line, and it is holographic. Again, this is one of those cards that has a teeny bit of whitening in some of the corners here, but again, I feel like I could get it regraded and it could easily get an 8, maybe even a 9. Again, it's one of those things where I have to pop it out to see what the quality of the holo is, but still, I mean, like, one of those things potentially 8, maybe even 9. Really, really cool card. Now, this is another card that I used to have in my collection. I have a first edition Trainer Gambler. I had it in an 8. I actually got it in a mystery box. This one is a near mint 7. Now, this one, again, could get it regraded, easily come back as an 8 or 9. It has a teeny bit of whitening in the corners. I don't know what's going on with these. Obviously, they have no creases because they have a crease that I think they're at least a PSA 5 if they have a crease. These are in like really good condition, and this one's non-hollow because it's a Trainer Gambler. So this is one that I would contemplate popping out and getting it regraded, but in the end, it's not going to be worth that much more money, so I'll probably end up just leaving it in the case at the 7. But me being from Las Vegas is known for gambling and other stuff. But that's my, where I was born. That's my original stomping ground. The Trainer Gambler is, I feel like it's just a necessity in my collection. And I ended up selling my PSA 8 one, and it was one of those ones I really did regret getting rid of. And the last one here is a PSA near mint, PSA 8 near mint 2 mint Charizard EX Black Star promo from the XY series. This is one of those ones where I had it on my watch list on eBay, to be honest, and it was like listed for like 50 bucks. It was kind of one, but it was a little bit higher than I was willing to pay for this. It is a Black Star promo. It's not too old. It's from 2014, but I mean, it's still getting pretty old, but it's a Charizard EX in a case, and it's a PSA 8, so it's pretty darn special if you ask me. I think an 8 on this one is honestly a pretty good grade for it. It does have some whitening on the back. I don't know what the holo is, but there's holo all over it, so there's potential for a lot of scratches. So it's probably a pretty fair grade. But anyways, the seller marked it down like 15 bucks. So it was like $35. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna jump on that and get it. Okay, these next two items are really cool, really special. I actually got these from a friend of mine here locally to me. He gets a lot of cool vintage Pokemon stuff. But anyways, here is a base set 2 Lightning Bug trading card game collector's box. So in here is a base set 2 holographic Chansey automatically. But if you don't know what these were kind of like collector boxes, that you get back in the day. Like, it was pretty much these, but in a vintage version. That's the best way I can explain it. These are from base set 2 from 1999 to 2000, I believe. 1999 to 2000. These are super cool, and they're still factory sealed. This is factory sealed. It is a little... Sorry about the video cut out. Apple is still working on that problem. I am still having to deal with it, unfortunately. But anyways, like I was saying, it has a little dent here in the box where the seal is broken a little bit. So my question is to all of you, should I open this? Should we break it open and look at everything that is inside this vintage box? This is super cool. I mean, I think these things probably sell for like at least $300 online. At least I would assume it. Base set 2 from 1990 to 2000 era lightning bug with a holographic base set Chansey. That's, I almost said Charizard. That'd been super cool if it was a Charizard, but no, unfortunately it's a Chansey. But still cool, but it's still factory sealed. Like I said, it has a dent in there. Should we open this? I am not decided. I'm still leaning towards leave it sealed because it is still sealed. That's the thing. It's Wizard of the Coast. I'm like, how do you like break this open? Like anything Wizard of the Coast vintage sealed, I'm kind of leaning towards always leaving it sealed from now on. I did open a lot of vintage packs in my past. One of those things I kind of wish I didn't do, but I'm more of trying to lean towards vintage stuff, leaving it sealed from now on. But let me know in the comments below if you think we should open that and just go through it together. That'd be fun. This next one here though, this one's huge. This one is perfectly sealed. Beautiful psych out vintage base set 2 1999 collector box. So each of these comes with 60 cards. This one comes with a holographic base set 2 Poliwrath. I mean, this thing's straight up beautiful, and this is something that will stay sealed in my collection for as long as I can make it last. I have no plans ever on opening this. Unfortunately for you all, will not be opening this probably, but it is something now in my collection. I'm super excited to have this. Like I said, I got these from a local friend who, I don't know how he gets these kind of deals or where he finds these things, but he does. And sometimes I get to reap the benefits of it. So I have these 2 boxes in my collection now, and you'll be seeing behind me, if you didn't already see them behind me in previous videos, they go about right there-ish. That was really bad. That's looking at the camera backwards. It's skip that last 5 seconds. But anyways, these are now in my collection now, factory sealed. I'm thinking about leaving them both sealed, but like I said, you guys can let me know in the comments below if you think we should open up this one, just because the fact that seal is broken a little bit there where it got dented. But I mean, in the end, it's still factory sealed. It's never been opened. These cards that are inside of here, these vintage beautiful base set 2 cards, have never seen the sun, never seen the light. So I'm thinking about leaving it sealed still, but let me know if you guys think we should open it up together. I'm not saying I will if you guys vote that, but I'm just saying, like, if you guys vote that, maybe we will. But I'm just super excited to have these all in collection. I'm super excited to get these kind of deals on these cards. I scour all these different online stores and different places like eBay's and, you know, OfferUp and, you know, Macari, and I got these all for really good deals in my opinion, and I'm super glad to have them in my collection now. And of course, I'm just over the moon excited about these. These are something that you'll never ever find in stores again. Like I said, these were in stores from when I was a kid, like 10, 11 years old, and to be able to own them still factory sealed from Wizards of the Coast is really a really big deal to me. Yeah, if you guys like these kind of videos, let me know. I always have more and more stuff coming into my personal collection that I purchase, so it's really exciting to have these. Yeah, anyways, if you like this video, please give me a subscribe. We're doing a big giveaway here soon. Give me a like and thunder punch that notification bell. Thank you.